I am so... Let's cross the street then now. I am so unbelievably angry right now. They are moving, and he has still, not only has he still yet to tell me, I've point blank asked him multiple times. Like, I've been asking him for like a year. Like on average, at least like once a month. If they're moving or moving away from me or moving in general, whatever. Still, to this day, even today, I asked him. To this day. So, with that being said, his mom is sitting on the porch, right? And like when I go out to the porch, it's like his mom is out there, so is his dad, and so is his daughter. And they're all like talking. And I come out on the porch, and Ella's looking at me like, it's that look of they know something I don't. You know, children can't like fake it very well, you know. I don't know if she was trying to fake it or not, but she failed. Anyway, it was a strong feeling of not even I didn't even necessarily think they were just talking about me, but I felt that they knew something I didn't. So I guess maybe I did feel that way, but anyway. And dad goes inside, right? And his mom is still sitting on the porch, just quiet, like watching Ella dance. And anyway, I exit my car with my new pack of cigarettes, and I lean down to the ground. I'm crouching, and I begin to pack my cigarettes on the curb. And I hear and see a white truck coming toward our house, down our street. And it was coming from the direction that it obviously had just entered, like it wasn't trying to exit the neighborhood. Because entering our street from one way indicates entering, and entering our street from another end indicates exiting. So anyway, it heads our way, and it passes. And it's just strange because it was a U-Haul truck, like pickup truck. Never seen one even in this neighborhood before. And it was coming in so that, as to indicate it was entering. And I mean, it drives normal past us, but it struck me as weird. At which point, after it passes, you know, I make it obvious with my physical, like, gestures and movements that I was noticing it. I made that obvious physically. I know his mom well enough to know that she was staring at me, so, you know, I knew she was watching. So then I do that, and I look over at her, and I just look at her like this, like, oh, weird. And she was just like no hesitation. And that was also like, mind you, that was like a clear nod. Anyway, that was a clear nod. Like it wasn't like a soft, gentle, could maybe have meant that she was just chilling kind of nod. That was a communicative, direct, deliberate, intentional, nod. So, with that being said, it poses many questions for me. But, and a lot of, there are a few of these questions that are more meaningful to me than the others, that yield the most value in their answers, for me personally, in knowing the answers. Unfortunately, I'm pretty certain that I need to, this is a situation that I need to accept. I most likely won't get any answers to any of these questions. I mean, at least not most of them. I might get one or two at the most answers. But, that's gonna be if I'm lucky. And no matter what the answers are that I get, no matter what the answers are, like I said, if I get any. How cute is that? Look what someone did. How funny. Anyway, no matter what answers I get, how the fuck am I gonna know if it's truthful information or not? How am I gonna know if I'm being lied to or not? I mean, I guess that's only if someone answers me directly. But, I mean, how the fuck am I gonna know? So, I won't be able to trust whatever it is I find out, if I find anything out anyway. So where does that lead me? Where does that leave me? Well, with lots of questions. That's the only place that leaves me. Is where we... No matter what the answers are, like I said, if I get any. How cute is that? Look what someone did. How funny. Anyway, no matter what answers I get, how the fuck am I gonna know if it's truthful information or not? How am I gonna know if I'm being lied to or not? I mean, I guess that's only if someone answers me directly. But, I mean, how the fuck am I gonna know? So, I won't be able to trust whatever it is I find out, if I find anything out anyway. So where does that lead me? Where does that leave me? Well, with lots of questions. That's the only place that leaves me. Is precisely where we started. So, that's fucked up. I mean, for her to nod like that. I mean, what could that possibly be telling me? Let's establish the facts, I guess, what we do know. What would that be establishing and acknowledging to me, regardless? Factually. That somebody's moving? Why would I give a fuck? Enough to be looking to her for kind of confirmation? Why would I need confirmation that somebody's moving? What do I give a fuck about that for? And what's so meaningful about it? Because this was a meaningful nod. This was meaningful information. So it's why is that meaningful to me? Why would that be meaningful? What do I care? Because we know that must be what she was acknowledging. That yes, someone is moving. We know it's not that, yes, it's a U-Haul truck, because that would just be stupid, right? So who's moving? Why does it matter? Does it matter? Am I overthinking a very small, brief interaction with someone that really was meaningless? Is she someone to have very many meaningless interactions? No, not really. Not in my opinion. She's fairly intentional, in my opinion. So I don't know, it just struck me like in the moment there was not a doubt in my mind that it was deliberate and that she was trying to acknowledge something to me. That it wasn't a meaningless, like, yep, I'm just chilling, head nod. That it meant something. I just don't know. Now it's gonna bother the fuck out of me. I don't know why he would lie to me. If what I'm assuming, like worst case scenario, in my mind, makes no sense, but he does shit that makes no fucking sense all the fucking time. I don't have a clue why he would lie to me when he's been given, why he would choose that route when he's been given the option. I don't know, it just struck me like in the moment there was not a doubt in my mind that it was deliberate and that she was trying to acknowledge something to me. That it wasn't a meaningless, like, yep, I'm just chilling, head nod. That it meant something. I just don't know. Now it's gonna bother the fuck out of me. I don't know why he would lie to me. If what I'm assuming, like worst case scenario, in my mind, makes no sense, but he does shit that makes no fucking sense all the fucking time. I don't have a clue why he would lie to me when he's been given, why he would choose that route when he's been given the option. When he's been given the option to be honest with me, no strings attached. I could be overlooking the singular, simple fact that heavily impacts a lot of men in their course of action with things. You just forget to consider it, but it makes everything actually make sense. Because women would never, this component would never impact the course of action for a woman like it does a man. Could he be worried that in being honest with me about his eventual departure, he'll be worried that until then I won't fuck him ever again? Because he's gonna leave? I mean, that's the only thing that makes anything make sense. That fills in any. Tonight on Unsolved Mysteries. Jesus, Chico. Tonight on Unsolved Mysteries, a brand new pack of schmigarettes. Brand fucking new. Hadn't smoked one out of it. Just opened it. Poof. Fucking poof. Gone. It's just gone. What the fuck? I just retraced my steps. It is nowhere to be seen. What the fuck? How the fuck does that happen? That is fucking insane. Also, I was trying to get into it this morning to tell you about it, but I didn't get around to telling you about it when I started to film it, to talk about it. I'm 99.9% sure that he took my cell phone off of the bed where I set it down last night, or this morning, whatever. That he took it and took it into the bathroom to go through it. Because he was all fucking weird about me going to the bathroom. Some people will never understand the concept of just wanting to be left the fuck alone, I guess. If he is gonna ditch out on me and move away from me, you know, it's one thing to be an asshole dude and not be telling me this because you want to make sure that we'll fuck again before then, but it's another to totally dictate every aspect of my life on top of it. Like demanding I be within, 5 feet of him at all times. How I'm not allowed to go anywhere or even have time alone to think, have a second to myself, to breathe, to cry, to react to things emotionally. See, this is part of that sketchy shit that I don't like. So not long after the U-Haul truck incident, right? I see, for the past 6 months or so, I've been feeling like Hispanic children have been spying on me. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds weird. But I've been feeling that way just based off of their behavior that doesn't align with normal behavior in children. It's been hard for me to be confident in those judgments I've been making that, are the judgments that are of what has been making me suspicious, because I don't typically observe or watch children that much or that closely. But regardless, children behavior is still human behavior. And I'm extremely, I'm smart when it comes to reading, analyzing, and understanding human behavior. I just am. I always have been. So with that being said, all that being said, timing is something to take into consideration with a lot of things in life when you're trying to figure things out in life. And the situation of me feeling like these little Mexican kids have been watching me, timing's very relevant, and has been very telling and telling me a lot, and pretty much has even been the first big certain red flag and indicator that I've had of something strange going on. Anyways, the timing's been telling. So, not long after the U-Haul truck, wouldn't you know it, here comes a little Mexican girl on her bike, maybe about Ella's age, coming from that direction over there. She's on her bike and she rolls out, comes to the corner here, without hesitation or even looking around, like as if it's already been decided. She looks in this direction and heads this way, kind of on her bike. And then she kind of doesn't continue to come down the street, and she walks over there to the green fence near the bench, and then she kind of hops back on and off her bike a few times, and all while looking over at me a few times, and then fumbles around with her bike one last time, hops on it, and continues to go back in the direction that she came from. Now, right at that green hedge, right where I would be losing sight of her, right before she's fully out of my sight, I see her getting off her bike again. I mean, it's just obvious to me that she came outside only to watch me. Like, what the fuck is the way that it feels? I just... And then what was up with that fucking explorer picking up all those Mexican kids that were about that little girl's age that I just saw? I was fumbling with this. I tried to get the original little girl on film, but I wasn't able to. But, like, they all got in the car, and, like, I also didn't get this part on film, but when they were, like, crossing right in front of me on this street, like, right when the camera stopped filming, I mean, they were sitting in the backseat with their windows all the way down, and they were just staring at me, and the car even kind of started to stop for a second, and then it took back off. I mean, if it's the fucking cops or the feds or something, I don't know what the fuck they think I'm doing. And if it's something that has to do with sex trafficking, wild that they would use children to do anything. I mean, not that wild, right? Because if they're sex trafficking, then, you know, you can't really put anything past them, right? But still, if it's sex trafficking, I don't know why they haven't tried to just take me yet. Not that I want them to, not that I'm challenging anybody to. They just, it's just like, wow, wait a long time before kidnapping somebody. You know?